Welcome to Mr. DK TV. In this episode, I'm gonna show you how you can convert an 808 into a kick. Let's check it out.
Mr. DK.
This video is proudly brought to you by my sound company,
Soundspremium.
In this episode, I'm gonna show you how to turn an 808 sound into a kick. We will achieve that by using MPC Live standalone. If you are interested into 808s and kicks, please also check out my upcoming MPC Expansion for MPC Live, MPC Live 2, MPC 1, MPC X, and MPC Beats. Subscribe to my newsletter. You can find the link down below in the video description. I'm in standalone mode right now. I'm going to assign samples, browse expansions, going here to my F9 instruments, choosing samples, and right here I will pick up the first sample randomly, instrument base F9 808. It's a C1. I will load it up on my first pad right here. There it is. And now I go to menu sample edit right here. Now I will make the sample shorter at the beginning right here. Open it up, maybe like that. And then I go to process, extract, give it a name, kick, do it, open up this one for the 808 again, going to kick, and making the end a little bit smoother, process, fade out. Now it's sounding decent right now, like a kick. But I will make it much better, of course. I will make it much more nicer than it is right now. First of all, I go to process, normalize. Normalize, do it. Now it's a little bit louder. Yeah, it's hard hitting right now. And the second thing I want to do is going back to main. Here's my 808. And now I will assign the second sample, the kick, to my second pad right here. And now I will work on it further. I will check the level, going to channel mixer. It's clipping a little bit. I will turn down the volume. Like that, of the whole program, 808, and the kick. Now I go to program edit, and from here I will go to samples. And right here I got the tail ends, it's on off. (200 milliseconds), I got a wobbly effect. This I don't want to achieve, so I turn it down again. Holding down Shift, turn the jog wheel to the right. And now I got smaller amounts. Too high. That's good. I go with 113 milliseconds. Now I'm going to tail start, playing around with that. There it's a little bit clicky. 100 milliseconds is okay. Tail ends, maybe I will decrease it again. That's okay. Now I'm going to the envelopes, right here, to the start. Now it's only clicking, increasing the decay. That's the maximum value. I will shorten it. It's up to taste. Now I will add effects. Going here, working on the transient at first. Going here to air transient. You can also use the transient shaper, it's up to you. Going to edit, increasing the attack. It's percentage, 0%. You can hear the difference. I switch it off, switch it on. It's getting more punch right now. Play around with the sustain also. Attack shape, going to the maximum value to check. No, 0. No, I will leave it on 50%. Like that. Going back. Switch it off. Now I got more punch. That's what I wanted to achieve. I will load up a further effect. I'm going for an EQ, choosing the Air Para EQ, select, edit, and first of all I'm starting to work on the lows, so on the low frequencies, switch it to bell to emphasize a certain frequency. When it comes to kicks, usually between 50 and 100 Hertz, you can boost up your kick, you give it more energy. This I will do right now. First of all, I turn up the gain a little bit. Very harsh, 12.6 decibel. That's too loud, but I want to find the sweet spot. And I'm decreasing the value right here, going down to 30, starting from there. That's a good value, I think. Playing with the Q factor. Extreme values, 0.4. Very harsh. High values. It's a little bit smoother or much more smoother. That's the steepness of the curve that you can influence with the Q factor. I leave it on 10 and decrease the gain again. .8, I go with that, switch it off, switch it on. You can see there is more energy to it, more boost. I will definitely let this value on. Now I will check the low mids and there I will look up the boxy sound between 200 and 500 Hertz. Increasing the gain. Very harsh, of course, but with this strategy I can find the sweet spot. There you can feel the boxy sound. At this 322 Hertz with this kick, I will decrease the value to filter it out. Switch it off, switch it on. Now it's much cleaner. Switch off everything, switch on again. Yeah, it's a cleaner sound now. Of course, a kick has much more low frequencies than high frequencies, but in this case I always check the mid-highs and going to the high-mid region right here, and I will look up For the definition of the kick, it's between 1K and 5K. So I start with 1K, increasing the gain here also, and going up. There's the sweet spot, 1.23. Checking the Q factor right here. High value, low value. I go for the high value, switch it off, switch it on. Small difference, but a difference. It's feeling good. I leave it like that. Now I can add distortion, for example, saturation, or another thing would be clipping. This would give the punch, this would give the kick more character, of course. I'm going back right here, going to the effects again, and I'm trying out to play around with this. The distortion maybe. I go for the air distortion, select, and right here I go with the hard mode first. That's very nasty, not sounding good. Turning down the drive first of all. 3 decibels. And what I can do right here is maybe to try the high cut. In the middle, it's sounding very nice now. Switch it off, switch it on. It's very distorted. I go for the mix, turn it down. 62%, switch it off. Switch it on. Yeah, very nicely. It's sounding nice. Maybe I try soft also. Rap. Soft. Hard. Soft is very nice. I turn it up a little bit. %. I go with that. Okay. And now I can also try the drum effects, for example. But before I do that, I will add a limiter. There it is, air limiter. Going through the presets. Snappy. Off, on. It's a little bit noisy now. A little bit too much. Turn down the gain. Turn it up again. A slight difference. It's very nice. Leave it on 0 dB, the ceiling. Everything like it is. Going back, and now I will turn off the whole chain. That's the original kick, normalized and edited with envelopes and things like that. Switch it on again, this chain. Before, after. Now I will try some drum effects right here. Ring modulation. Yeah, that's also nice. Bass E tight. Off is better. It's up to taste, of course. Bit crush. No, that's too lo-fi. That's also to lo-fi tube drive. High pass. If I turn it up, it's losing this high frequency a little bit. So off, it's a little bit dirtier. On, it's cleaner. I leave it off. Soft clipper maybe. That's too much clipping. I leave it off. The gain also off. Less is more in this case. I leave it like it is. That's my first kick. And now I will show you the second method. Now I'm going to the sample editor again. Sample edit, going to my 808. Now I'm going to the end of the sample, maybe here or there. Process, extract, kick, 2, do it. Open up the 808 again. Going to my second sample, kick 2. A click at the beginning. First of all, I normalize. Fading out. And fading in. Or trying 0 snaps, shift, 0 snap. Yeah, process, discard. Yeah, this one is not sounding that tight like the first kick. Very tight. And this one is not that tight, but I'm working on it. Give it more transient. Program edit. First of all, I have to layer down my sample on the third pad. Going here to kick 2. There it is. And now the tail is okay. So I won't work on the tail again, like I did on the first sample. Going to my envelopes, messing around with that. In this case, turning down the sustain, too short, decay. Turning it up. Yeah, sustain up. Maybe hold. That's too noisy. Now it's a little bit shorter, but the transient is not hitting hard. So I go to effects again, air transient, editing, 100, attack shape, sustain. Yeah, there's a click at the beginning, I like that. But the low ends are not there. So I have to EQ it also. This time air kill EQ, much quicker. Lows. Yeah, I try it with that. 8.8. The mids. Off, high, off. Giving the mids a little bit boost also. Much more punch right now. Now the click is gone. The highs should be at 0 decibel, that's okay. Now I go to the distortion, the air distortion, going for soft and drive down, mix down, off, on, off, on, going to the drum effects, ring modulation, a little bit of bass, no, crusher, no, no, tube drive, yeah, more punch, high pass, leave it off, soft clipper. Now it's much more dirtier, gain, leave it off. That's it. Going to my channel mixer again, because it's clipping. No, I will go to the pad mixer instead. Turning down the volume of this pad. As you can see, I got 2 kicks out of 2 methods. Now I want to have best of both worlds. That's why I go to my program edit again, and I will flatten the pad right now. Flatten this pad. New sample name, kick to flatten, oh sorry, flattened, do it. And now I can layer this new sample below my other layer, the pad 2, right here. I go to my program edit again, going to samples, right here I'm putting the second sample, kick to flattened. Now it's getting much more punch. Very tight. I can turn down the volume, mix it together. There it is. Maybe I can do another layer. Kick to flattened. Same sample, but this time I will pitch it down semitones wise. Yeah, now I got a completely new kick. Now I will check if the new created kick fits to the 808. Going to program edit right here, master, turning on simultaneous play just to get them in time so that they play at the same time. Simultaneous play of A01, that's my 808. What I can do now is a duck, going to pad mixer right here, going to my kick. I can't insert any effects anymore because all slots are full. I go to program edit again, pad A2, flatten the pad, name it kick new, do it. There it is, and we'll replace it on assign samples. Second pad, kick new, there it is. Now I go to pad mixer again, going here, telling them to duck, mother ducker input, and going to my 808. I have the air transient on my 808. I don't want that. Delete. Going to mother ducker. Right here. Edit. Duck it a little bit. It's the ratio 6:1. That's okay. Going to the threshold. Decreasing the value. It's ducking. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Sundays, 9 o'clock. Mr. DK TV. I'm out of here. Blessings.